Your truck is losing power on the highway, and you cannot seem to get that diesel particulate filter to clean itself no matter how far you drive, which could lead to a total engine shutdown if you do not act fast. The P047E diagnostic trouble code is all about the exhaust pressure sensor circuit being intermittent or erratic, which is a very common problem on modern diesel engines, like the Ford 6.0-liter or the Cummins 6.7-liter. This code is strictly concerned with the signal coming from the exhaust pressure sensor not matching what the computer expects to see from the intake manifold or the outside air pressure. This sensor is critical because it tells the computer when to start a manual regeneration to burn off the soot inside your particulate filter, which looks a lot like a catalytic converter, but is much more complex. If the signal is jumping around or cutting out intermittently, your truck will feel incredibly sluggish, and you will see the check engine light pop up frequently. One of the most common causes for this is actually a physical blockage in the small tube that connects the exhaust manifold to the sensor, because carbon and soot can build up and plug it completely. It could also be a leak in your exhaust gas recirculation system or an intermittent short in the wiring harness that only happens when the engine vibrates just the right way. To troubleshoot this, you should start by finding the exhaust pressure sensor and disconnecting the tube to see if you can blow through it or clear it out with a small piece of wire. If that tube is clear, you need to inspect the wiring connectors for any green corrosion or melted plastic and clean them with some electrical contact cleaner. Use a digital voltmeter to check for a steady 5-volt power supply reaching the sensor, and make sure the ground circuit is solid by wiggling the harness while you watch the meter for any flickers. If all the electrical tests pass and your wiring is in great shape, then the sensor itself has likely failed internally and needs to be replaced. You should see a certified diesel technician if your truck enters a limp mode or if you cannot perform a regeneration, because if that filter stays clogged for too long, the truck will eventually refuse to start. Keeping that sensor tube clean is the best way to prevent this, and ensure your turbocharger keeps spooling exactly like it should.